Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve 8.32. The chapter which we are related with is material inventory system, and we have already solved around 4 to 5 questions. Since in under cost accounting and management accounting we are related with three main factors: material costing, labor costing, and FH. And we have seen several chapters related to FH, labor, and material already. This chapter is purely associated with our precautions regarding storage, regarding number of units related to your material. As in our question right now, the PNS is in front of you. Again, we are asked the same thing: how much minimum amount should be present, how much maximum amount should be present, ordering level and danger level. So there are four things which are necessary for it, and similar four things would be put over here. So this way we will start our question. The first thing which we need is ordering point. This is also called ordering level as well. And how do you calculate it? For this you need to have your maximum requirement and maximum requirement or consumption. It would be multiplied with lead time. Okay, so let's start our question reading. Here average daily requirement is this 6 inches. It's not requirement, it's just the size. So just ignore it. Average daily requirement 6-inch diameter. Dish shaped grinding wheel is 3 pieces. So let's note it down. It is average daily requirement. The important factor is, please note it down, important factor which is over here is daily requirement. And I was actually willing to make it underline, and I'm just taking it, so little more time has been taken. So please note it down, this is daily requirement. And next time required to secure delivery from usual supplier is 2 weeks. Again, there is another strange thing we have got is what? Your requirement is weekly. So please note it down. Second thing which is strange is weekly requirement. And here it was daily requirement, and now we are talking about weekly requirement. Both are not matched with each other. So kindly make your mind, will have to work out with which either all daily requirements would be converted into weeks or weeks would be converted into days. From the records of novelty tools, it was found that maximum requirement it's for 4 weeks. Again, instead of having a particular time period, we do have 4 weeks. 100 pieces minimum requirement is 50 pieces for the same period. And now there is another strange thing. Instead of units, we have dozens. And now next, again the strange thing, we do have days. So everything you are finding over here is little different. Their units are not matched with each other. Somewhere we are finding days, somewhere we are finding weeks, and there are pieces and dozens. Dozens and pieces are still, they are different to each other. Either some quantity should be in pieces or quantity should be in dozens. But instead of that, half of given data is in pieces and remaining data is also mentioned in dozens. So please make your mind, you should be mentally prepared that all the data is dispersed and not be synchronized with each other, and will have to work out to make this data absolutely similar. So time by time we will be taking steps to match it. First we will see how much maximum requirement is. You can see that 100 pieces are required for 4 weeks. 100 pieces are required per 4 weeks. All right, next responsibility of us is to write down the lead time. For this, you will go up where we have gone. Okay, and now time required is given in 2 weeks. Again, there is a strange thing over here. There is no logic of 2 weeks. As you know that units are always equal to 1. That means if you are asking the rate would be told in kgs, for example. So that rate would be for 1 kg, rate would be for 1 meter, rate would be for 1 kilometer. So always it's worthy of mentioning units would always be according to 1. But here 100 pieces are present for 4 weeks. Though weeks are matched, but this logic is not representable. 4 weeks should not be present. So let me know how many weeks are present in 1 month. How many weeks are present in 1 month? So majority of you will say 4. Okay, for the time being we are accepting it. Now please note it down. Instead of writing 100 pieces per 4 weeks, I'm going to change it and writing 100 pieces, okay, but it is per month. Why? Because in a month there are 4 weeks. In other words, we can say that these 100 pieces are for a month as well. And on right side we have 2 weeks. Again, there is a trouble. A requirement of units in is given in per month, while time is given in weeks. So we'll have to change this requirement into weeks or change this time into months. Both are possible. So it was possible to change it for weekly. This we can do it again, but right now first option we are going to choose is we will change this time into months. So there is a question for you. How many months are present in 1 week? How many months are present in 1 week? For the time being, we have supposed it in 1 month we do have 4 weeks. Though there is a discussion about that, but right now, just for this question, we are not extending this dialogue or debate about how many number of weeks should be present in 1 month. For the time being, we are assuming that there are 4 weeks in a month. And now question is how many weeks are present in 1 month? Simple unitary method we will use it. And how? Cross multiplication would start. X would be multiplied with 4. So we will get 4x, and on other side 2 would be multiplied with 1. So what we will get? 2 multiplied by 1. Here you can multiply and we can get the answer, and that is 2. Upon here what would left? 4x is equal to 2, and next thing is 2 is already present over here, and you want to take this 4 to the opposite side. When any amount is taken to the opposite side, sign would be changed. 4 is being multiplied over here. When you will take it to the opposite side, it would be divided. So x, it has been taken as amount. So let's put a bracket over here or decimal. Okay, finally we can calculate 2 divided by 4 is 0.5. What we have calculated, look at here. Question was in 4 weeks there is 1 month. In 2 weeks, how many months? Obviously 2 weeks is less than 4 weeks, so there is half month. What we have calculated is half month. It is half month in 2 weeks. Alright guys, so our requirement has been completed, and from here we will use this time in our calculation of ordering level. But keep it in mind, time is 0.5. So here 100 pieces would be written as usual, and it would be multiplied by, since these 100 units are for units per month these are, and we'll have to write the time in months as well, and we have calculated it 0.5 months. In this way our statement has been completed, and now we are up to calculate our answer. How? 100 pieces per month, and it would be multiplied with 100 pieces per month multiplied by 0.5 is your time. Please note it down, and we have got our answer 50 units. Let's check it out. First requirement was ordering level, and answer is 50 pieces, and our answer is also 50 pieces. Let me show you the second alternative method. We can calculate over here. First we will write ordering point formula, and how we do calculate it. Ordering point, maximum number of units, formula was not visible, maximum requirement, and it would be multiplied with lead time. Okay, maximum requirement here in our question was 100 pieces per 4 weeks. We can write same over here, 100 pieces per 4 weeks, and lead time was 2 weeks. Second thing is we can change both in weeks. 100 pieces are present for 4 weeks. You can similar to this, you can calculate our required element. From here you will be having pieces, and you will compare it for time. For 4 weeks we have 100 pieces. How much time? 4 weeks. And you want to know how many pieces for 1 week. Why we are choosing 1 week? As I have told you, when you will ask to any shopkeeper to tell the rate would always be for 1 unit. 1 liter, 1 pound, 1 kg, 1 meter, 1 kilometer. So rate would always be in 1 unit. Now cross multiplication would start, x would be multiplied with 4, we will have 4x, and next is 1 would be multiplied with 100, it would be 100. 100 is already present over here, and if you want to take this 4 to the opposite side, sign would be changed. So here 4 is multiplied. When you will change its position to the opposite side, it would be divided. So 100 divided by 4 can be calculated. We have got 25, but we have calculated these are pieces, but pieces per week we have calculated. Okay, now come over here in second alternative way to calculate ordering point. We have got 25 pieces per week, and time is 2 weeks. Under this method, but finally we have calculated both are matched now. There is no sense of writing 4 weeks, so we have converted it per week. Time was already in weeks. Now multiply 25 with 2, you have got answer 25, 50. And for original answer you have already seen it was 50. So this is first method, either change your requirement into months. So both aspects were changed into months, and there was second method in which you have changed your requirement into weeks. Both inputs, time and requirement, has been changed into weeks. You have got the same answer. And in first option what you have done, both inputs were changed into months. 100 units per month, 0.5 months. In this way you have calculated the answer. So ordering point was calculated, and this calculation we have made with two alternative options, and with both options we have got the same answer. First requirement has been completed. Now we will be looking forward for minimum level. And how do you calculate minimum level? For that we have formula. And first you will be looking forward for ordering level, and then subtraction bracket open, average requirement multiplied by lead time. Alright guys, ordering level has already been calculated. This is your answer of ordering level, and we have matched as well 50. So put 50 over here, then we will follow the formula minus, then bracket start, we need to put average requirement. Go back to the question and you will see that in first line average daily requirement 3 pieces. So I will let you know that what is conflict over here. 3 pieces are present, but that is for per day. And then you need to multiply lead time. Lead time was given as 2 weeks. In this way, there is a trouble. Everything is mismatched over here and you need to synchronize these inputs. I'm letting you know 2 weeks from where we have taken 2 weeks. Time required to secure the delivery. Usual supplier is 2 weeks. It's not emergency. So it's lead time 2 weeks. Now let me know what is difficulty in calculation of this formula. You can see that the inputs are not matched with each other. This requirement is 3 pieces per day, while time is 2 weeks. Again, there can be 2 methods. And there is a little help given in the question as well. In requirement, it has been said to calculate if 2 days are, I think somewhere there is, okay. In answer, it has been mentioned assuming 6 working days in a week. So in Pakistan we do have 6 working days as well. Now it's your choice to choose the option, either change this average requirement as weekly requirement, and second option to change these weeks into days, because requirement is in days. If 6 days are present in 1 week, how many days would be present in 2 weeks? Listen to the question again. If 6 days are present in 2 weeks, 6 days are present in 1 week, how many days would be present in 2 weeks? I am very hopeful that several of you can give the answer. In 2 weeks there will be 12 days. If in 1 week there are 6 days, obviously in 2 weeks there will be 12 days, and we are following this formula. Now what is happened? Weeks has been turned into days and average requirement is already in days, so you can write 3, and from here you will start your formula 50. You are following this formula, then minus bracket start 3 per day already written over here per day, and time has also been mentioned in days 12. So our formula has been completed and you can calculate your answer. And please do understand it, we have to change it because average requirement was daily, time was in weeks, these were not matched. So there was first option to change this time into days. In question it has been described that there were 6 days in a week, in 2 weeks there were 12 days. Finally we can calculate our answer. Please follow this formula. First we have 50, then we need to put minus sign, open your bracket, 3 per day is written over here, you need to multiply it with 12. In this way our formula has been completed and we have got the answer. Minimum requirement 14, this is your minimum requirement 14 pieces, answer is matched. But again this is one procedure, and please uh, spare your brain as well. You are sparing your time and I'm requesting you to spare your brain as well. We can change it, we can use the second option as well. Right now we have changed this time into days, and now we will be changing requirement per day. Instead of this we will change requirement per week, so that we can calculate it weekly. All right, so I am taking this to downward so that we can save our time instead of writing them again. So here I'm putting the formula. We have ordering level. Now problem was average requirement was given per day and time was in weeks. Now let's change these pieces into weekly. Right now we have pieces and time comparison. Three pieces were told in the question as average requirement, and these three pieces were for 1 day. And you want to know per week how many days are present in 1 week. It has been described in the question that there are 6 days in a week. So what would be the requirement? When you will calculate it, it means you will have your average requirement. What is this? Pieces average requirement, and here you will calculate the required amount. Cross multiplication, and then we will discuss what requirement has been fulfilled. 1 would be multiplied with x, will have only x. On opposite side, 6 would be multiplied with 3. 6 3s are 18, so you can directly write 18 to save the time. Now let me know what it is. 18, read the question. In 1 day, 3 pieces are made. In 6 days, that means 6 days means 1 week. In 1 week, how many units would be produced? And we have calculated it. Now we can write it 18 pieces per week we have calculated. So these are 18 pieces per week. Why we have calculated? Because we are using second option with which everything would be given, would be turned into weekly. Okay, come over here. We were having 3 pieces per day. How many units would be for a week? This has been calculated over here. 50 is already present, minus open bracket, and now you can write 18 pieces per week. And the good thing is time is already in weeks, so you can write 2 weeks over here. So this way you have taken your next step. Hopefully you are with me, and now we will be looking forward for the next step. So there was first option. We have used first option to turn everything daily, and in second option we have changed everything into weekly. 18 pieces are for 1 week and time is also in weeks. Finally, we will be able to calculate it on our final calculation would be like 50 first, and then we need to put minus signs, open your bracket, 18 pieces per week. It would be multiplied with 2 weeks time. So we have got 14. This is our minimum requirement we have calculated. And in neat option, you can see 14 you have calculated, and in second option you have calculated 14 as well. So there were two ways. This second option, what we have done, everything was changed into weeks. In first option, you can see everything was changed into days, and answers are same. So even whatever option you will choose, you will get the same answer. 2 points we have calculated, and now we are looking forward for our maximum level, and that has formula. First we will see ordering point, and then minus start your sign. You need to subtract minimum requirement, multiply by lead time, and finally you will add economic order quantity. First we will put first we will put the data according to raw form given in the question. Ordering point we have already calculated, which is 50. Put it down as it is, minus sign, start, and now you need to put minimum requirement. Go back to the question and you can see this 50 pieces. is minimum requirement for 4 weeks. So minimum requirement 50 pieces per 4 week. Again, it's illogical. Rate would always be given in for 1 unit instead of 1 unit. Book has used for 4 weeks. So as we have changed it in ordering part, we will change again over here. You need to multiply by lead time. Lead time is 2 weeks. And then you need to add economic order quantity. For that, we will go back to the question. And where is economic? Here. Assume economic order quantity is 5 dozens. So you will write over here 5 dozens. So there are several things mismatch. First thing is minimum requirement, which is given for 4 weeks and it should be for 1 week. Secondly, economic order quantity given is in dozens, while all other inputs are in terms of pieces. So we'll change economic order quantity and minimum level as well. First thing first, we can change everything into weeks. Time is already in weeks and you can convert 50 pieces per 4 week. Instead of 4 weeks, you will calculate for single week. That calculation we will make over here. Pieces and time would be compared. For 4 weeks, minimum requirement is 50 pieces for 4 weeks. And what we want to know, in single week, how many number of units would be required. Here we will apply simple cross multiplication. X would be multiplied with 4, we will get 4x. And on opposite side, 1 would be multiplied with 50, we will get 50. 50 is already present over here. And you want to take this 4 to the opposite side. Here it is multiplied. On opposite side, it would be divided. So now we can calculate 50 divided by 4. We have got 12.5. And what 12.5 is? It is minimum. It is minimum pieces per week we have calculated. Alright guys, so let's use this information in our question. This is minimum requirement per week. Go back to your question and instead of this 50 we can write now 12.5 pieces per week. Okay, next, the time has been mentioned, which is already in weeks, so you can write 2 weeks over here, close your bracket, then add, and this 5 dozen. In 1 dozen there are 12 units, and in 5 dozen, 12 multiplied by 5, 60 pieces. So we have converted this 5 dozen into pieces as well, and now there is only one thing left over here. In the formula, 50 was present, open bracket. So please note it down what we have done. Your focus and your attention is needed. In question, 50 pieces were given for 4 weeks. There is no logic of 4 weeks. Always we do have any requirement in single unit. So we have turned 50 pieces for 4 weeks into pieces per week, and calculated form was 12.5 pieces per week. Time was already present in weeks, so we haven't changed it. 5 dozens were mismatched with the pieces, so we have turned 5 dozen into pieces. In 5 dozens, 60 pieces are present, and after that everything is matched. Requirement is per week, time is in weeks, pieces are present. We can now put it on our calculator, and what we will do, 50 minus, please follow this, open bracket, 12.5 and it would be multiply lead time with 2, and then you will add 60 as economic order quantity. Right guys, so we have our answer 85. Go back and you can see maximum answer is 85, and we have calculated maximum as 85. So there is another option. Please don't be tired. I am willing to let you know that you can convert weeks into days as well. If 50 pieces are for 4 weeks, you can turn it into monthly. You can turn it into daily. Whatever the method you will use, your knowledge and wisdom would be increased. I am taking these headings and we will now be converting them into another way, so you can solve it into monthly. Right now we are turning it for 1 month. Okay, how many months are present in one, how many weeks are present in 1 month? As you know, there are 4 weeks. So can you write like this: 50 minus bracket open? This requirement is for 4 weeks, so you can write it 50 pieces per month as well. Are you with me? What I have said, 50 pieces were for 4 weeks, and 4 weeks are present in 1 month. Similarity is this: you can write 50 pieces per month. Okay, and next target is to turn these 2 weeks into month, and we have already calculated in previous part. 4 weeks are present in 1 month. In 2 weeks there will be only half of the month, that means 0.5, close your bracket, and 5 dozens, that means 60 pieces. So guys, you have turned every input into monthly requirement, and this is your second option. So we are now open to calculate our answer. Please follow this formula: 50 and then minus open bracket again 50, and you need to multiply it with 0.5, 0.5, close your bracket, add 60 economic order quantity. Here instead of decimal I put okay. So again we have got our answer 85. Go back and see what was original answer. Here you have calculated your maximum requirement. Your original answer was 85 when you have used everything per week. And here you have calculated your maximum level, and everything you have turned into month. These 0.5 is month. So it's your option. You are now open to choose daily, weekly or monthly. In all cases you will get the same answer no matter what unit you are using. Right now we have used 2 units. First answer was calculated weekly and second answer we have calculated monthly. In both phase 85, and as you have seen, maximum requirement, maximum level was calculated, answer is still 85, and here inputs were used per week, and on downside we have calculated everything per month. So 3 requirements had been completed, and finally we will see the last requirement, which is danger level, for which we have our formula: average requirement, and it would be average requirement, and it would be multiplied by time required for emergency supply. Go back to the question and see what was average requirement. Very first line was mentioning that average daily requirement 3 pieces. So what you will do, average daily requirement would be written as 3 pieces per day. Right now I'm not at my home, I am in a market, so you can hear some voices out there. 3 pieces per day is your average requirement, and you need to multiply it with time required for emergency supply. Go back to the question. If 2 days are sufficient to receive emergency supply, so time required is 2 days, put over here, days. So there is a surprise for you. In minimum, maximum and ordering level, inputs were not matched. So you have turned them to synchronize them. In all three inputs you have changed. But here in danger level, your average requirement is for a day, and time is also mentioned in days. Both days are matched. We don't need to change them. We can directly calculate our answer. And how? 3 is average daily requirement would be multiplied with 2, which is time. So we have got our answer. Why it has not been, it should be calculated 3 multiplied by 2. So we have got 6 as our answer. Let's check it out. 6 pieces danger level. So you don't need to change it because it has already been synchronized. Requirement is also per day and time is also given in terms of days. They are already matched, so we have got the answer. So 4 answers we have calculated. Ordering level 50 pieces. Here you can see we have 50 pieces, and there are two different ways which we have calculated 50. Second answer is your 14 pieces, and you have calculated 14 over here. Again we have calculated minimum level in two different ways. And then we have maximum level 85, and maximum level 85 is mentioned over here. And finally danger level 6 is calculated over here, 6 answers. So all 6 answers we have matched and reviewed our question. Now it's up to you. You are very open to ask your question regarding this. This is whole sum of the view of your question is in front of you. All answers are viewed and your question has been reviewed. Though size of question is suggesting that it's very short question, but there were discrepancies, there were mismatched inputs. And how we have taken this much time? Because ordering level, minimum level and maximum level, we were forced to change our inputs because one input was not matched with other input. Like one input was in weeks, other input was for months, so we have to change everything according to data. That is why a little more time has been taken, but you are still very open to ask your question, your difficulties, your problems openly. There must not be any hindrance or resistance. I will surely be available to answer your queries quickly or instantly, inshallah. 8.32 or question number 5 has been completed. We will be meeting soon again for solution of any other question. Up till then, please take care of yourself, and I'm requesting you to please pray for me as well. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.